the two fundamental errors that leaders make because they do not understand human systems. The first we've talked about to some degree, that they are focused on individuals rather than the team as a collective. There was a young leader that I have worked with. He was telling me how difficult his team was. He took them each aside one-on-one, and each team member agreed that they would change their behavior. And he believed him, and each team member actually meant it. But when he put them all together, the synergy of the group norms took over, and nothing had changed, even though he had talked with each person individually. I said, you need to talk with them as a group, as a collective. You need them all in the same room so that they can develop explicit clarity about their alignment with the goals of the team, and two, how they're going to support each other to maintain the team to be a healthy one so that they can accomplish those goals. Those are the two fundamental errors leaders make because they do not understand human systems. It's a repetition in a sense, because the idea is leaders need to focus on teams, not individuals. I was talking to the executive director of a large country club, and things just weren't working. So he called me in to help him try to figure out what wasn't working. What wasn't working is he did not believe in teams in the first place. He had the belief that if each of his department heads simply did their job the way they were supposed to, everything would be fine. He thought that the idea of groups and teams was just an abstraction that got in the way, and that every time he brought teams together, things just didn't work. So his belief was that if everyone just did their job the way they're supposed to do it, it would work. Well, life just doesn't work that way. As I said earlier, no one has ever accomplished anything of any significance by themselves. We only do it working together in teams as human systems. Changing human systems starts with the leader. In any system, whatever the system is doing, it's doing it because every component of that system is doing what it's doing. Now, you as a leader are a major component in that system. And given the nature of human beings, your team members are paying more attention to what you do than what you say. It's the same thing with parents and children. Children pay much more attention to what their parents do than what their parents say. In fact, your followers will align their behavior in some fashion with your behavior, not necessarily with what you say. So how you behave is what is critically important here. Now, that leads us to the issue of self-mastery. Now, self-mastery is a higher level of how we manage ourselves. The basic skills of self-mastery are conscious use of self. We need to be able to begin to notice when our behavior is not producing the results that we want, and then shift our behavior to something that is more useful. That takes conscious use of self. We will have 2 to 3 separate videos that focus on how you can move your self-management to self-mastery. All right, that leads us to our final point. When you as a leader can get a critical mass of your followers to support the changes that you want, you are virtually there. Now, this again goes back to you cannot change a human system by yourself. To try to change a human system by yourself, 9 times out of 10 is simply going to be ineffective. You need to be able to create a support system that will help you create the change that you want. Because for a human system to change in a particular direction, a critical mass of its members must be changing in that direction. That means that you need a support system to help you accomplish the changes you want in your team. Your support system will have 2 goals. 1, to help you with your conscious use of self and your self-mastery. And 2, to support you in creating that critical mass of support that you need to achieve the goals that you want.